Welcome to UK Pro Writers, where we explore fascinating research topics from around the world. Today, we have an intriguing subject to dive into. Analyzing how economic interdependence between China and Taiwan affects their political relations. We will investigate whether a deepening economic relationship leads to more peaceful or contentious interactions between these two entities. But before we get into the details, let's understand why this research topic is so important. The research topic on the economic interdependence between China and Taiwan holds immense significance as it delves into a critical geopolitical issue with the potential to impact regional and global stability. Understanding how their economic ties influence political relations can provide valuable insights for policymakers, aiding in conflict prevention and international diplomacy efforts. Real-world examples. The economic interdependence between the United States and China offers a striking illustration. Despite having deep economic ties, their political relations have been marked by tensions, including trade disputes and strategic rivalries. This exemplifies the complexity of economic interdependence and its potential to coexist with political friction. Conversely, the European Union represents a contrasting case. The EU's economic integration among member states, particularly France and Germany, has historically contributed to political cooperation and peace, notably after the devastating world wars. This demonstrates the potential for economic interdependence to foster peaceful political relations under specific circumstances. Chapter 1, Introduction. Chapter 1 of a research paper typically includes an introduction to the research problem, its significance, and the research questions. It also outlines the research objectives and provides a rationale for why the study is essential. In the first chapter of a research paper, you set the stage for your study. Here's how you should structure it. Research problem. This is the issue or question you aim to address. For example, the research problem is the impact of economic interdependence on the political relations between China and Taiwan. Research significance. Why is this research important? For instance, this research is significant because it sheds light on how economic ties can shape international political dynamics. Research questions. How does increasing economic interdependence affect diplomatic relations between China and Taiwan? What are the key factors influencing the political outcomes of economic interdependence? How do historical events and global politics influence this economic relationship? Research objectives. To analyze the historical context of economic relations between China and Taiwan. To examine the role of economic incentives in shaping political behavior. To assess the potential for conflict resolution through economic diplomacy. Research rationale. For example, understanding the impact of economic interdependence on political relations can contribute to conflict prevention and international stability. Chapter 2, Literature Review. Chapter 2, the Literature Review, encompasses a comprehensive survey of existing research, theories, and scholarly works related to the research topic. It explores subtopics such as relevant theories and models, historical examples, and international relations frameworks while identifying gaps in the existing literature. The second chapter is all about reviewing existing research and theories related to your topic. Subtopics for this research could include economic interdependence theories such as liberal economic theory, which suggests that economic ties lead to peace. For example, the European Union's economic integration promoting stability. Historical examples like the case of the United States and China, where economic interdependence hasn't prevented political tensions. International relations theories, realism versus constructivism, examining how these theories view economic interdependence. Literature gap. You should also identify gaps in existing literature. For example, there may be limited research on the specific impact of economic interdependence between China and Taiwan on their political relations. Chapter 3, Methodology. Chapter 3, the Methodology chapter, outlines the research approach and strategy, including the conceptual framework with independent and dependent variables. It also discusses the research philosophy, data analysis methods, ethical considerations, and any limitations or delimitations of the study. In this chapter, you will conceptual framework. Identify your independent variables, as an example economic tie, historical context, global politics, and your dependent variable, as an example political relations. Research philosophy. For a topic like this, a constructivist research philosophy might be suitable, focusing on the role of ideas and norms. Research approach. Deductive reasoning could work as you're testing hypotheses based on existing theories. Research strategy. A comparative case study approach could be useful in analyzing China-Taiwan relations. Data analysis method. Quantitative methods, like regression analysis, can help if you have numerical data. Qualitative methods, such as content analysis, may be useful for examining qualitative factors. Ethical considerations. Ensure you follow ethical guidelines, respecting confidentiality and informed consent. For example, protecting the identity of interviewees. Limitations and delimitations. Acknowledge the constraints of your study, like limited access to certain data or time limitations. Chapter 4, Data Analysis. Chapter 4, the Data Analysis chapter, involves the presentation and analysis of the research data according to the methodology outlined in Chapter 3. It includes quantitative or qualitative data analysis processes, such as statistical analysis or thematic coding, and often includes tables, graphs, or quotes to support the findings. Depending on your chosen method, you'll analyze data quantitatively or qualitatively. For example, if it's quantitative, you may need a sample size of 500 surveys. If it's qualitative, consider interviewing 20 experts. Chapter 5. Conclusion and recommendations. In the conclusion chapter, summarize your findings and their implications. Highlight the key takeaways from your research. For recommendations, you might suggest: both China and Taiwan should engage in diplomatic dialogues to manage political tensions while fostering economic cooperation. International organizations should play a role in mediating conflicts between nations with deep economic ties. Suggestion: future research. Finally, suggest areas for future research, like an in-depth analysis of the role of international organizations in resolving conflicts between economically interdependent nations. That concludes our exploration of this intriguing research topic. Remember, understanding the complex relationship between economic interdependence and political relations is crucial for maintaining peace and stability in today's interconnected world. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Thank you for joining us today on UK Pro Writers.